Tonight, I'm actually at the Loop Bar right here in central Melbourne, where I get to speak to the brains behind the production of independent or indie films, as we would say. I'm Alexander O Montgomery. Please join me. Shannon, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How about yourself?
Oh my God, I'm having such an amazing night.
That's great.
So tell me, you watched A Message from God and Inanna, the Queen of Heaven. Which is your favourite?
I don't play favourites, mate. I'm Switzerland. I don't play favourites. I love them all. I think everyone put in a really great effort into their films. You can really see the work that's gone behind each of them, from the editing to the production design, all of those elements have really come together to make a really great independent film.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. What's your name?
My name's Declan.
Well, you're really tall. I can't. I need a step ladder for that. So, which is your favourite movie of the night?
As much as I hate comparing, I think I have to say the first one, Message from God.
It's my favourite as well, actually.
Yes, I feel that was probably the most touching, really, thinking about. That's the reason I always have to answer to a block number, because what if God's calling, as the film really reached out to?
The correct classification for this
Is that correct?
is do it yourself.
So, which is your favourite part of the movie, actually?
Oh wow! I mean, which one do I pick? I mean, no, they all had great moments, great stories, and everything else. So it really is hard to pick.
How are you? So you actually came to watch the films that we had on tonight. Which is your favourite?
I liked the epicness of the Queen of Heaven. I thought it was fantastic. It reminded me of the old Ben-Hur movies. Mm-hmm. And it was just something I've not seen in a film in this day and age. So yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
The mightiest warrior across 3 realms, Anu relented. And Inanna was presented with the Bull of Heaven. Inanna and the Bull.
With me here is the star of tonight's show, Trisha. How are you, darling?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you,
Oh my God, look at you, even more beautiful in person.
You can talk, look at you.
I did a little research on you, darling. You are so talented.
Oh,
you're a
thank you.
model as well.
Yes.
And you're an actor, you're a producer and a director.
Yes.
Oh my God, I was like watching you all through tonight and you were just like giving beautiful directions of people. I actually learned so much from you tonight. So tell me, how was your experience on the show you were on tonight, Inanna?
Inanna. So
Yeah.
I guess it was a very steep learning curve because it was quite a ambitious project. Having a giant battle scene, I wanted to shoot that all in one day because obviously being an indie project, we had a very limited budget. It was an intense day. We had 45 cast and crew on the beach. Started at 6 a.m. We shot all the way through to sunset. It was a massive undertaking, especially for it was basically a passion project. So everyone did it out of love or, favors like, hey, I'll act in your film if you come and help me on my film.
Did you actually watch any of the movies? Were you
yes.
involved in the show?
Yes.
Oh.
I saw Inanna when she showed it in one of the previous screenings, actually.
Yeah.
Trisha's managed to get her productions, like Kali Grisha's fantastic. She's managed to get that to like Brooklyn, into the United States, into Tokyo. It's amazing.
I know. And I heard from the grapevine that one of those shows, A Message from God or Inanna, is actually, slated to be shown at Cannes.
Yep.
I heard that through the grapevine. I don't know how true is that,
We'll see.
We'll see. Well, we'll wish them all the best. Thank you guys for chatting with me.
Much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.
What else is on your card?
Okay, well, yeah, it's quite busy. So at the moment, in terms of production, and I'm creating my own fantasy web series called Durga, and that's in post at the moment. So as you can tell, a lot of my own films are very much goddess themed.
Yes.
But I'm also working on a lot of projects with David Black. So we've just recently finished our feature Badass Bunyip. So that's in post-production. We shot that around the start of the year. So it's like a Ozploitation kind of schlock horror with play a couple of bogans. So that was a lot of fun. And so that will be out sometime this year.
In a land where everything is trying to kill you, one creature is feared above all. Badass Bunyip. The Aboriginals tried to warn us, but we didn't listen. Every Christmas, people were killed, but we didn't learn. And now, it's on a rampage. Badass Bunyip. It's a bloody ripper.
Right here on my left is the star of the show tonight, the none other and incomparable David Black. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Hey!
Don't you love this guy? Where are your vampire fangs?
I didn't bring them tonight because we were doing a comedy.
Okay, right, yes.
Yeah.
I watched you on The Message from God. You were amazing.
Oh,
so
thank you.
how was the experience like for you?
Oh, that one was a terrible one live. I went out to Saucer Beach where there would be absolutely no one. It's the dead of winter, so we expected nobody. And we rock up, and within an hour, it's packed. It's not just joggers, it's everybody. And like, it's the dead of winter. And we've got props with a skull, and we've got bones. And people are walking dogs, and the dogs are running off with our fake bones.
Mordo, this is God.
But you sound like a chick. Isn't God a man?
I am anything I choose to be.
Christ.
No, more like Shiva, the source of all things.
Oh, it must be tomato. That sauce goes on everything. Meat pies, pasties, sausage rolls. Oh, shut up, Farfel. The knowledge of all things can be ours. You're God. You know everything. Tell me.
Hello, so right in front of me, I've got Vixie and the very amazing Anastasia. Hello girls.
Hello, how are you, Alexander?
Good. So tell me, how was the night for you guys, and what role do you have to play tonight?
Well, in A Message from God, I was crew, I was on sound, and I found it to be a really interesting production, particularly some of the ways that we filmed some of the shots. It was really interesting to see how we got those shots.
And what about you, Doll?
Oh, I'm having a wonderful time. Just enjoying watching these films. I do work with David Black a fair bit on a few of the other films. We currently have one which I think is called, Flag and Floof?
Yeah, that's actually quite a mouthful, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And that's in post-production at the moment, so I'll be editing on that. I think you get more momentum when you're moving. So the fact that everything is fast actually gets everybody really excited and on board with things.
Yeah.
That's right. I can't agree more. Thank you very much, Vixie and Anastasia, for your time today speaking with me, and I'm wishing you all the very best.
Thank you so much, Alexander.
Thank
we
you.
really had a
Thank
good time.
you, Alexander.
So I've actually did a little bit of research on you, Davo. Can I call you Davo?
Oh, you can call me anything.
Okay.
I'm just curious is there anything that we can cut if he says anything
No,
bad?
not at all, not at all. You're clean as a whistle, I'm telling you. What I would like to say is you are a multi-hyphenate. You know, you are a cartoonist. You've got those magazines published many years back. You are an accomplished producer. You're a script writer. You get behind the scenes as well, and you're an actor, a very strong actor, I may add.
Thank you.
Like, how did it start? When did it start?
Well, if we go back to the cartooning, a lot of people don't think of comic books, but when you've got that page, the first thing you've got to do is write a story. So you're writing a script, just like you're writing a script for a movie. Then you've got your characters. You've got to think of the camera angles. You've got to think about what those characters are doing. So those characters are acting, but they're acting, but you've got to draw them.
Okay, so what are you currently doing? It seems like you are frying so many fish. Yeah. What's going on right now with you?
Well, now I've got to take us back, I think, well, you can see the director over there, Dia, right? I think you get to talk to her a bit later. I think it's now 2 years since we co-directed a short film called Dark Night of the Zomboogies. It's 2 years.
I think I saw that one actually.
Yeah.
That was very well received. So with all the great work that you guys do you actually have a mentor, dear? That's somebody that you look up to?
Yeah, I've got a few. I'd probably say Glenn Cook, who has been with me since I first sort of started professional filmmaking. He's a gaffer, writer, director. He's sort of helped me a lot. Guy Jukes, I suppose, helps me more with videography kind of stuff. God, there's just too many to mention. Vanessa Cox, I'd have to say, another female DOP who I absolutely love, who really inspires me.
Wow, what about you, Benny?
My mentor is Robert De Niro. He just doesn't know it.
Dia just pointed to herself. She was like, me.
Oh, yes, Dia too. Yes. She teaches me things every now and again.
Yes.
That's amazing. Now, one last question. I see a lot of chemistry between both of you. Is anything happening?
No, I am very happily taken.
Oh, Benny, I feel your pain.
I'm also dating the same man, so...
He is, yeah.
Oh my God, don't we love both of you? Thank you so much, dear, and Benny, for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the film.
So tell me, which films have you actually done?
I've done Dark Night of the Zomboogies. Absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. I'd sure to hear that. Yeah,
wow, were you acting in that one?
I was a zombie.
Oh, you were a zombie? Oh!
Yes. I was eating eyeballs and fingers. Oh, so much fun.
Oh no, I don't want to get too close to you now. Yes?
Don't worry, I'm human again.
Oh yeah, that's actually gone out on a compilation from Trauma. It's doing well in Asia because there's actually no words in it. It's been shown overseas at nights just like this. So I threw this idea at Dia and gave her a script that had, I think, 20 words. People in pub, zombies attack, people get chewed up and eaten, the end.
Truth be told, before I actually got the chance to meet you in person, when I saw all of your publicity photos, I was a little bit taken aback because you had like all of this makeup going on with the vampire teeth and blood and gore and all of that.
I know what to do. Dr. Guviana's in the house, ready to deliver a baby. And how I met David was he got in touch with me had a pilot concept for a hosted horror show called Horror House. So when he got in touch with me initially, it was because he wanted to screen my short, The Kali Geisha Erotica Grotesque. And I said, yeah, that's cool. And then later he said he needed a co-host. So I was just like, oh yeah, I'm down for that. So we actually shot 6 episodes, and that's in post-production at the moment. And so that's sort of featuring sort of the best of indie horror stuff.
Yeah.
And then from there, he came up with the idea of making like some YouTube content, Cannibal Barbecue. And so it's these 2 sort of bogans who are serving up body parts at a charity barbecue. And so basically we sort of didn't have a script, it was just a rough idea. We got there at 7 o'clock in the morning, we shot it all. I took the footage home, edited it that evening, and so basically I'd given David a edit of that by 8 p.m. that night. So it was just bang, fast turnaround guerrilla content filmmaking.
Yeah. Oh, not coming back here again. Oh. Now, I know this is going to shock you, right? But I don't get many romantic leads. But the stuff I'm interested in is the stuff that's a bit different. That's I think that's what the future is. Like, no one's going to be talking about superhero films in 80 years.
No.
But we're talking about Citizen Kane because it pushed boundaries.
Right.
We talk about films like The Day the Earth Stood Still because it pushed boundaries. So I'm really interested in the films that push boundaries that are art.
Well, it's very good to have you here tonight, Frank.
Thank you.
I love watching all of your shows.
Yep.
Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon. Ta.
Okay.
Roll up. I wouldn't mind a hot dog, thank you.
Everyone wants a hot dog.
Here's a nice fresh one for you. There you go. Okay, thank you. Enjoy. Thank you. Enjoy. Bye. Oh my God!
What about you, darling?
I did Cannibal Barbecue with David Black, and I was the person that got the hairy penis in the bread roll. Of all things to get, everyone else got eyeballs, fingers and toes, but I got the penis.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
That's up on YouTube at the moment, and that was sort of started the whole snowballing. And David's like, you know what, we should make short films. So he came up with this series called Tales That Broke My Brain. Position overrun. Request permission to fall back.
Negative, SWAT C. Hold your ground. Repeat. Hold your ground. Over.
We're dead, Callaghan.
So which of the movies have you actually worked on?
Precinct 13 has fallen, Badass Bunyip, and a bunch of others as well.
Yeah, I've watched that one actually, the Precinct 13
has fallen.
Has fallen, that's right,
Yeah.
Thank you. So what did you actually do to the actors?
So I gave David a broken nose. I gave Trisha some cut on
Really?
the cheek. Yeah.
So how do you actually do a broken nose? I'm interested
So
to
it's like
know.
scar wax.
Yes.
A lot of bruising, like a bit of blood, just basically manipulating the scar wax.
And how long does it take to actually, you know, sort of like create a broken nose?
Not that long. You just sort of have to work with the time that you have on set as well. So I think I did that in about 10, 15. So yeah.
So since then, that was probably, I think, about a year ago, or even a little bit longer. So if you check out on YouTube, Cannibal Barbecue, you can watch that. And so we've made a lot of different films since then, all different topics. He likes to sort of, I guess, tackle different topics in a very comedic way, which I love. So it's like, we've just recently done one, Sex Robot, which I'm really looking forward to coming out. It's hilarious, yes.
So that has been filmed?
Yes.
Okay.
Adjusting language from English to Strine.
Oh, g'day, spunk rat. I bet you make a grass ring. Got me a thunderbolt.
Oh, no! No, that's not what I meant. I want to meant. No.
Get out of here, love. You know you want it.
Stop!
So we have an amazing working relationship. Like David, I have the utmost respect for David. He is like a machine, like pretty much he's out there networking constantly. He's producing all these films. Like we're shooting, you know, right at about one a month or so, but plus all these features, plus all these other ideas that he's got, and he's just getting our work out there, which is so amazing.
I'm now making probably one short movie every 3 weeks.
Wow, that's a big achievement.
They're all coming out. Tonight, while we were here, sitting in Melbourne, showing my movie here, we had one showing in Brooklyn.
Like with David, since we've been working together, like, you know, just this week, he's had my film DeViSha being screened in Iowa. We had something screened out in Santa Rosa in California just the other week. We're getting screened in Tokyo, we're just getting screened in Brooklyn. So it's amazing. He's just getting us out there.
So being the producer means I get to work with all of these different artists because, quite frankly, the amount just for a short film, I don't think we've gotten away with less than maybe 12 people on a set.
So, for all inspiring actors out there, do you have something to tell them?
I think it just comes back to why are you doing it? If you think you're just going to be, you know, trying to do it because you think you're going to be famous or something, maybe you're in it for the wrong reasons. So I can only, I guess, speak for myself, and it's just about being a storyteller, being passionate about it, you know, and just really creating a world, whether as a director and a filmmaker or as an actor, just to step into my character or create a world that I can just immerse the audience in for, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 90 minutes, and just take them out of their little daily lives, you know what I mean?
I love the fire in you. Is there something that you can actually tell our viewers tonight? You know, what can they do if they wanted to actually, you know, get into the film industry?
Just start. Let's say all you've got is an iPhone. An iPhone can do HD. I've mentioned before, my first script I just wrote, zombies attack. People get chewed up. It had very little in it, and it wasn't actually my first movie. I did one before that, and I actually did do it on the iPhone, and it actually did go out on a Troma anthology, and it did quite well. Although I did have very good makeup artists and people working with me, but we did it as found footage. So just get started. I think what you said earlier is the most important thing, passion. If you want to be alive, you don't want to be somebody that's ended up on drugs or whatever, get a passion and follow it, get right into it.
An indie film is actually classified according to Wikipedia for budgets of $5 million and below.
Correct.
So they would actually classify that as an indie film.
The correct classification for this
is that correct?
Is do it yourself.
Okay.
So we're actually under micro budget, which I think is 10,000 to, I can't remember what it goes up to, but it goes up to, there's micro budget and then there's the indie. We're independent because we're not signed up to a studio, but technically it's do it yourself. So you want to get into it, just grab your iPhone, do it yourself.